Okay, so I got cut off. Hey, they gave me time to take off my jacket. So as I was saying, once Eddie makes contact with Venom, the symbiote, things kind of start. Oh no, I was saying, they were cool like at first, and actually had a horror vibe to it. When he's first dealing with these voices in his head, and being infected with a parasite. That part of it was done very well. It's almost like, I don't know. It's just the the people at Sony and at these studios, seems like Sony and Fox or whatever. They're kind of good at movie making, but it's like for whatever reason they mix movie making with this the idea of what a superhero or comic book movie should be. Overall, it's like they just missing something, and Marvel Studios just knows how to do it. I mean, even DC does at times. It almost seems like, depending on who the director is or something. So anyway, once he's infected with the parasite, with the symbiote, or first of all, there's a car chase scene that is so ridiculously long. It's like forgettable. It's pretty terrible actually, and was way too long in my opinion. And I remember thinking it as I was watching it, and even my daughter mentioned something about it afterwards. I mean, at some point you're just looking, it's like, really? Y'all still running around chasing this dude on a motorcycle? I don't know. Decisions like that are just bad. Like who green lights a long scene like that at a studio? Anyway, um, and then the tone just got all over the place. Basically, at times it looked cheesy. I saw, I didn't read a lot of reviews, but I saw some comments where people were saying it was headlines or whatever, that it was Catwoman level of cheesiness and badness. Maybe even, it's just, I don't know. They were saying it kind of reminded you of movies before the MCU started, and it did. I mean, like, again, people who don't really know what they're doing to make what people want to see in this type of genre of movie. There were some times that were like that. In the way it ended rushed, and it was a little too convenient the way everything ended. I didn't really get a feel for whatever it is they're doing with the relationship between Eddie and Venom. There were moments where it's kind of funny, but then it was just like they wrapped it up a little quick for me, I guess. I don't know. It's not like it was all over the place like how the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was, or even Spider-Man 3 from the original trilogy. But again, it's just like Sony doesn't know how to maintain a tone throughout a movie. Or if it's like they'll go from one and have sharp cuts to another one. The minute the little girl, I told the people I went to the movie with, which was my brother, my niece, and my daughter. My niece and my daughter seemed to like it. My brother, I think he liked it. But he noticed I was real silent after it was over, sitting there going through the credits. Because I really just didn't have nothing to say. So. But yeah, the minute the little girl grabs Drake, was his name, by the neck, which also he was okay as a villain, but I saw some critiques of him as a villain, and now I understand why. He just didn't quite do it. There were parts that were good, other parts weren't. But when the minute she transfers a symbiote into him, then the movie just really went down. It's like him having the symbiote was so rushed, and it was just like all of a sudden you just CGI fest. And the fight between Venom and whatever symbiote that was, it was terrible. I didn't enjoy any of it, any of the fight stuff at all, visually or anything. You couldn't even really see what's happening. I don't know. All right, I'm not really trying to talk about this for a long time. So all in all, and I may make another video, but it's almost like not worth my time because I'm not that invested in this character or movie or Sony anytime they try to make a movie. I gave it a like 5.5 or 6 out of 10. It's like middle of the road. Didn't suck, but it's not inspiring or advancing the genre by any means. This is like, it's forgettable. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like in the category with don't even know, man. Because it's like beneath. It really does remind you of before the MCU. Because that's the more I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't know. It's like in a category with the first. I don't know. Just Sony frustrates me. That's all. But it's cool. Do what y'all gonna do with Venom. And I don't know if this is gonna be successful enough for them to continue on with the franchise form or to continue with the other stuff they're trying to do, making this universe without Spider-Man but using Spider-Man characters. Good luck with that. I probably won't support too much of it. So that's all I got. Peace.